Before I move on to answer your question, I just want to say that I want to actually take this opportunity to remember Asma, of course, a mentor and an inspiration. And I was struck by a statement that was displayed, I think it is displayed over here also, that we must speak against injustice even when it is unpopular. The conversations that you brought today must have to be unpopular, you know. I also want to preface my conversation by just bringing everybody back, or rather taking everybody back into the context of what we are talking about, and then talk about the discrimination. I'll try and keep on to time. In Pakistan, while we see excellent representation of women over here, the reality is that women continue to suffer. And that is not my opinion. It is brought about by facts. It is brought about by the numbers. For example, of the 26.2 million children out of school, majority are girls. Less than 13% women have accounts in any kind of a financial institution. Literacy rate of women in Pakistan still stands at about 19%. Just about 4% women own a house. These are the numbers that we are talking about. Similarly, when we talk about representation of women, we must remember, and Justice Shah rightly reminded us, that whether it is in the judiciary or it is in the police or elsewhere in decision-making positions, women are still doing poorly. Just to quote the figures in the police, less than 2% police women constitute the entire police force. Similarly, in judiciary, we are lucky to have about 16% women, but majority of them are in lower positions. So we have a real issue of representation. Hence, affirmative action is needed. Hence, institutions are needed, which will have that perspective. And I also want to remind everyone of Justice Shah's statement of the gender perspective. Yesterday, I was away, but I read that. I'm glad that got a lot of coverage. The perspective is needed to ensure that the constitutional guarantee to equality is upheld. And I am happy to report that it is not just the Supreme Court, but there have been multiple recent judgments from the Lahore High Court, from the Peshawar High Court, which have upheld the right to equality and linked it with multiple other rights. For example, the right to equal age in marriage has been linked to Article 25 of the Constitution. I feel we need to remember this is something that we have promised to do and that we need to uphold. The Property Right, and now to the Property Rights Act. The Property Rights Act of women in Islamabad Capital Territory was enacted in 2020. Why was it needed? It was needed because women do not have access to resources to claim their rights and to run after civil courts or in the civil courts for decades. All of us have had some case where, you know, it has taken not just years but decades to get our property rights. They do not feel confident to reach the courts because the environment of the courts is fairly intimidating, to say the least. Similarly, they do not have the requisite knowledge. So they require a gender-sensitive institution. And just a clarification quickly that even though the the Islamabad High Court held many of the provisions of this law ultra vires, it was stayed in the intra-court appeal immediately, I think the very next day. So we continue to have that law. All hope is not lost, right? So, so why was it needed? Women, with your permission, I'd like to go bilingual over here, right? Is it all right? Acha. So हमारे पास बहुत सारी, as the ombudsperson, I have 2 mandates in Islamabad Capital Territory and federal mandate. एक तो harassment के साथ deal करने का, which is at the workplace, and it is not just sexual harassment, it can be gender-based discrimination as the law was amended in 2022. The other mandate, and a very important mandate, was conferred on the organization in 2020 through the act that we've just talked about. हमारे पास जो ख़वातीन आती हैं, I am impressed, many of them come from completely rural backgrounds. Whenever they find out that here is a sensitive institution, they approach us. Whenever they find out that things take faster, they approach us, you know. They are emboldened, they are encouraged to claim their rights. A lawyer is not needed in this particular institution. So you can come without your lawyer. We have we have experts over there who will deal with the matter. Again, a clarification, Title is clear. Agar inheritance hai, it can be inherited property, it can be created property, it can be movable, immovable, उसमें कोई कदगन नहीं है. मगर अगर title clear है and we do not have to decide that, तो फिर उसकी जो है first of all succession को expedite करवाना, partition करवाना, with the support of the administration and even possession, we do that. The government has given us that support. We do that with the help of the administration. And in many cases, Nida, I'm again very eager to share कि 3 महीने में 6 महीने में लॉ में 90 दिन का कहते हैं. ऑफ कोर्स थोड़े प्रॉब्लम लॉ में भी हैं जिसकी वजह से 90 दिन के अंदर या 180 दिन के अंदर फैसले हो जाते हैं. एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट इज़ that people resolve the issues themselves. It is not an adversarial system. It is we try to reconcile. And I can safely say that today, over 50% of the cases, when families come together, when they realize that right to inheritance is an inherent and fundamental right, and that it will be ensured by a state institution, they immediately settle and they're able to give that right. So therefore, I feel like, and then in the environment, especially headed by a woman, that just gives added comfort to women. I feel that that's very, very important then to have such institutions.